Good evening, teacher. Excuse me for the last uh, presentation. I have a little trouble in my house. I don't have light. Well, I know I have now a little bit, but I try to use this little time with light. Well, my task is financial analysis of financial statement of the corporation in NetDoc. Uh, I divide I divide my talks in five chapters. The first chapter are the introduction. Uh, the first is the background. At the present of the pandemic, many companies and corporations has the increase in the purchase or sale their service, as well others change their category to be available to generate profit through new markets. And in this opportunity, we will analyze the Nintendo Corp. The corporation bases on basic financial analysis, which will include a vertical analysis and analysis of liquidation ratios, solvency, and profitability in 2020. Then we will go to analysis of the 5 years after the share of the corporation into the corp. According to Canton, the shares are the unit of equity ownership interest in a corporation that exists as a financial asset provided for the equal distribution in any receivable profit if any are declared in the form of dividends. Um, have research on the problem due to the current pandemic change, and that also includes the consumption for entertainment. Many companies in the entertainment sector fail to satisfy the need for corporations such as Nintendo. We can add that Nintendo went to the corporation in the sales software and hardware has has had a problem with with its competitors such as Microsoft with the console of Xbox and Sony with the console of PlayStation, which by applying the exclusivity strategy of some software and make the consumer consume their product. And the question the question will be is Nintendo being affected with by the increase in the competitive in the currency market? My hypothesis is if Nintendo is being affected by the interest by the increase of competitiveness of other corporations, tennis is proposed to provide an analysis on Nintendo financial statement and apply financial ratios to evaluate the growth in the market. My objectives are as prepare an analysis of Nintendo financial statement, apply the financial ratios, and evaluate each shares. The chapter number 2, theoretical framework. What is Nintendo Corp? According with PricewaterhouseCoopers Kyoto, Nintendo primarily engaged in the activity to development of the hardware and software for dedicated video games with support of the various company and organization. In addition, we have established the reach and developed structure for the smart device software to promote the planning and development smart device application software and the develop of the backend server systems. Increased demand for games during the pandemic. Many corporations of entertainment generated a more profit in the pandemic. For example, Activision Blizzard is of one of the corporation gain a profit during the pandemic. If you can see in this graphic, are put the three corporation. The first one is Activision Blizzard. The second is well, the other is electronic arts, and the second is take two. Take two. That that is three corporation to sell and promote in the market of entertainment. Well, second as the analysis of the corporation competitors, considering that Nintendo competitors are not just a corporation like a Microsoft or and Sony, if not also corporations such as Blizzard Entertainment, Electronic Arts, or Take-Two Interactive, which are not only present in a single console, but also diversify both in the mobile device and computer, which generate a great consumer capture by being present in the most everything. I put the price of the shares of the Activision Blizzard, Microsoft Corp, Take-Two Interactive Software, and Electronic Arts. If you can see, I put the information of one year ago. If you can see in the image, the first one is in March of 2020, March of 2020, and the March of 2021. Can you see the graphic have a little increase in both graphic in both company, in Activision Blizzard, Microsoft Corp, Take-Two Interactive, and Electronic Arts has a gained during the pandemic, gaining more profits. Well, chapter 3, material and methods. In have a methods is have a variable specific variables, have a numeric using the sales and shares, have a unit expressed in millions of dollars and expressed in million gems. I use this data in the annual reports to recollect the data of Nintendo. And the frequency is annual according with the financial information used, the financial reports. Sources where I use the financial report, the 2020, 2019, 18, 17, and 16. Um, the type of analysis, I try to use the trend of share. If you can see in the previously slides, I put the share of 4 company: Activision Blizzard, Take-Two Interactive, Electronic Arts, and Microsoft. I use that uh, that share for a compare with the Nintendo Corp, and also the 4 corporation have more gaining of the Nintendo because have a diversified their products in no one product. For example, in Nintendo have just console, but in the case of Microsoft have mobile device, console, computer, also that influence in the option of the consumer to buy that. I have chapter 4 results. I put the my analysis, my vertical analysis of financial statement. I just put the last year because in my work have the other years, but in this slide I just put the last year. If you can see, I use the old data I recollect in the annual reports. I don't invented. I don't create anything. I just use the data of the annual reports, and also I um, I use the data for elaborate financial ratios. In every year, I use well I use the current radio, gross margin, the net profit margin, the return of assets, return on equity, return on investment, and book value per share. I use this radio, but because I think is good, uh, it's a good example of the example to put in to put 2% for my analysis. Also, I put a one graphic are divided in 2016 uh, to 2020. How these are the evolution of the current ratio, gross margin, net profit margin, return, um, return equity, return of investment, and book value per share. Have the chapter 5 to discuss with the data obtained through the laboratory of the financial data and the and analysis vertical analysis of the financial statement and evolution is observed the comparison to the previous year. At the same time, this due to increase in the consumption of entertainment products in the midst of the pandemic that is live now. A scope limitation. Well, scope uh, I I emphasis was made on the information collected through the official website of Nintendo Corp. 30, 30 page where they offer information about this market. Limitation I only the data provided by the official Nintendo website and the 2016 and 2020 annual report we are used. Well, finally, my conclusion due to the increase in the demand for various products and services during the pandemic and how it involves, there will come a time when there will be decline on the part of consumer as they have no way to pay for product or service. For this reason, I believe that the best option for Nintendo is to invest to gain more products for its late to console, which has had a great acceptance in the recent years. Thank you.